Well, hello and welcome back. It's me with a little more illumination. So, this is Thanksgiving weekend, and Thanksgiving weekend to some is a very wonderful time to congregate with the family, get to the people that you're closest to, and eat turkey and fall asleep from tryptophan. For me, Thanksgiving, as it may be for Barbara Dunkelman from Rooster Teeth, is there's Canadian Thanksgiving, and then there's everybody else's Thanksgiving. I don't know if they have Thanksgiving over in Europe. Don't really care. Although I know that Thanksgiving in the United States is in November sometime. No, second week in November is their election, whenever their fucking Thanksgiving is. Who gives a shit? I think there is actually a rule for the Thanksgiving in Canada that's on the first week. Possibly. Now. Although I think I remember looking at things saying that Thanksgiving next year is going to be on the 13th. And I'm still not going to make it home to see my family. Why? Because I hate Cold Lake. Now, this is a rant about how much Cold Lake sucks, but Cold Lake sucks. To quote my friend Ryan, Cold Lake, fuck my life. That was his Facebook status this morning. And I agree entirely. I would have commented, but I don't think it really requires anything more than that. Now, some casual observers may notice that I look like a grungy piece of shit. That is because, really, I don't care about how my appearance is right now. I'm working alone because I'm working with my boss's son, who can't show up for work. I don't think I've talked about this, but no, I couldn't have talked about this before. I mentioned to my mother earlier today when I was talking to her over Facebook Skype. Yes, because she doesn't have Google Plus Hangout. That's why. Excuse me. Drinking. And so, it's Thanksgiving. It's a bit of a depressing time of year because I'm spending it alone. You know, it's been 8 years since I've, been truly alone for any significant holiday, be it St. Patrick's Day, which is a holiday in my mind because it's my fucking birthday, or Thanksgiving, Christmas, any of that, Valentine's Day, as I've complained before. You know, this is the first time I've been single. It's not like I'm making a fucking notation in my mind of what the date is, November 21st, whatever. It doesn't matter if it's been a year almost. The point is that Thanksgiving is upon us. It's a time to spend with loved ones, and I am here alone, drinking, because, one, I don't want to go back to Cold Lake, and secondly, because I have a shitload of work to do because my partner's a lazy fucking little privileged cunt. Is that a harsh word? Privileged? No. Probably not. Don't give a shit. I'm going to try to be a little less negative because the last time I tried recording this, several minutes ago, it froze up on me because I think I was being a little too negative. And for anyone who's been paying attention for the last 4 minutes, I'm still being fucking negative. But that's not the point. So I'm not having turkey this year, which kind of sucks. Whatever. You know, I've had undercooked turkey, which is horrible. I've had overcooked turkey, which is intensely dry. It's like eating the Sahara Desert. And I've had good turkey. Actually, I've had turkey covered in bacon, which was extremely salty and tastes like a fucking asshole. And my brother-in-law learned to never do that again, especially when my ass is extremely hungover on Uncle Ben's wine. Whoo! That was a bad fucking year. Maybe I'll have some chocolate pie if I feel the motivation after I'm done working tomorrow. You know, I worked Saturday and I didn't feel like working today. I started watching some Japanese anime and I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to do anything today at all. I'll get up tomorrow. I say that with bunnies because I really honestly don't know if I will. I kind of want to strict deadline to get this job done that I'm working on. Actually, I got 2 on the go. One's a big one. The other one, I couldn't give a fuck about. But, you know, I try to care about work. Try. It's a lot different. You know, I've lost a lot of motivation and care towards work. I've lost a lot of motivation and care towards everything, really. I suppose that comes with being fucking just sad, you know? A lot of daytime TV has started back up, which is fucking amazing. I don't have television. I download all my shows illegally. Sorry. If there was a much more effective method, if Netflix had Dexter come out. I don't have HBO Go because I imagine it's not available to Canadians. Might be. Then again, I never looked. You know, Dexter's back. Amazing fucking show, by the way. I gotta get that fucking going again since my computer started. How I Met Your Mother started back up. And I have to say that the first episode caused a little bit of leakage in my eye when I watched it. Not because it was a really emotionally impactful episode, but it just reminded me how critically alone I am. Not to like get all high and mighty about how fucking manically depressed a man can be without another, but yeah, then Simpsons had an episode about Bart longing for what went wrong with all his other girlfriends and trying to quantify. I think that's the appropriate term. You know, I'm gonna actually check that word right now. Quantify. Expression. A measure of quality. Quantity. Define quantification. You know, I'm just gonna say quantify his existence, measure, yeah. And he was horribly depressed, and he was trying to find someone to say, hey, he's not a horribly bad guy. And that one actually led me to a bit of a weep that night. I was thinking about all my previous failures, relationships, and it led me to a bit of a weep. It made me feel better. It helped me get that out. But overall, it's still a longing issue. Although I've noticed that the more time that I've spent alone, the more I become accustomed to it, the more I fight off, what's the word for it, resent other human contact. It's becoming a prolonging issue where this more time that I spend with the more time that I spend with myself, the less time I want to spend with other people, and every generalization, less time I want to spend around people at work. You know, my partner not showing up is actually turned out quite great. I'm happier without having someone else around. I'm becoming a lot more antisocial the less I spend with other people, which I imagine is probably a bad thing. You know, resenting human interaction in society. I was listening to the Rooster Teeth podcasts because I was playing a shitload of Torchlight 2 this weekend. Awesome game. Trying to play the multiplayer, although there's a text window. I imagine there's chat as well, but I just never really got into it because I got tired of listening to all the hack and slash noises, so I muted everything and turned on the RT podcast like I did with the original Torchlight. That's how I got through the first 120 episodes of Rooster Teeth. That's what I'm talking about. Is by listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast while playing this game. I go around, kill everything, and then, you know, if text dialogue can't... The story is so drinking... the story's so inconsequential to the actual gameplay that it doesn't really fucking matter if you're paying attention to the goddamn thing, because you can just go through it, kill everything, and that's the end of the game. Torchlight is not a game that I play for story. I play Metal Gear Solid for fucking story. I check out, no, Saints Row the Third. That's not for story. Gears of War, I actually play for the story, because the story is actually somewhat compelling and interesting, although it's very short. It's kind of hard to measure up anything along the bar when you say Metal Gear Solid's your first go-to for a video game for story. But, you know, story is still an important part of my gameplay aspect. It's somewhat of the drive and the motivator for me, but for Torchlight, that is not it whatsoever. It's just the, I want to go around and kill everything. Not in a, like, psychotic, masochistic way. It's just, I love to smash and destroy. That's why I'm playing Berserker. Because that's kind of how I see myself in life. And so, things, you know, I look at how things are going right now and how I'm reacting to it. And I think about what happens in December. Now, December is a time of the month where it's really, really accentuated for family togetherness and happiness, and you should feel the joy of Christmas and this fucking whole upswelling of emotion and just belonging. And every December, no matter when it was, well, maybe when I hit about 18. Yeah, once I graduated high school. No, even before that. Once I was about 15 and beyond, has been the most crushingly depressing time of my life. Never do I feel more fucking psychotically alone and separated, no matter how many people I have around me, no matter who I have involved in my life, no matter if I'm in a relationship or not. I feel just manically depressively alone. And if this is how I feel, like, at Thanksgiving, whoo, dog, it's gonna be, you see this is because I don't give a fuck right now. All this mess is just because I don't give a shit. Although, for Halloween, I mean, I clean myself up and you're gonna see a completely different dude for fucking Professor Funkenfoot from Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'll try to show that off. And, it's gonna be a dark time. I hope not, but you never fucking know.